I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we'll discuss how to find probability of compound dependent events. The question here is, a bag contains 3 red balls and 5 green balls. What is the probability of drawing first 2 red balls? So what we're given here is 3 red balls. So let's say these are the 3 red balls, and it contains 5 green balls. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now the question is, what is the probability of drawing first 2 red balls? Now how can you solve this question? So in this case, it is very clear that we are not replacing any balls, right? So if you draw one, we have one less, correct? Now when we say, what is the probability of drawing first 2 red balls? Then that means the first draw we get a red, the second draw again we get a red ball. Do you get the idea, right? So let's say event A is drawing a red ball, right? So in this case, probability of drawing first red ball is what? We have, in this particular case, 3 red balls and total number of balls are 8. So the probability is 3 out of 8, correct? 3 red balls are there and the total number of balls is 8. So total number, that means, is 8, right? So in this case, what we know is n red is 3 and green is 5, right? And the space we have 8. We have to draw red balls. So the first draw, the probability of drawing red ball is 3 out of 8, right? So that is how we get 3 out of 8. Now what happens when you draw a red ball? The scenario changes, right? So after that, before you draw the second ball, the scenario is that we are left with only 2 red balls. Now, what is the probability to draw second red ball? Think like this. Now in this case, number of red balls is just 2 out of 7. Do you see that? So in this case, number of red balls is 2 and number of green remains 5. It's a conditional probability. We are saying the first one drawn is red, right? Now, and in our space, we are left with 7. Therefore, this probability is 2 out of 7. Now, what is the probability to draw both red balls? So let's write down that. So probability of both red. From counting principles, that should be multiplied. So that should be 3 over 8 times 2 over 7, correct? So that gives you 3 times 2. We can simplify this a bit, right? So we could just simplify it. We could write here 1 and 4. So it could be 3 over 28. So that becomes the probability for drawing 2 red balls, right? So that is how we can actually answer compound dependent events. We'll further explore alternate ways of finding the probability of such events. I hope this example helps you to understand the very basic concepts. Thank you and all the best.